Joe's Inner Child Podcast.
You said this was in development for technically like 8 years. Did you always know that you wanted it to be animated?
Yeah. I mean, I discovered animation very young. I mean, I discovered how to do animation. I was about maybe 6 years old, and it was through a science book that my father had in his library, on his desk, and on that book they teach how to do like a flip book, you know. So I was always interested about the process, how the drawings came alive, or how to do animation, and I always liked to draw. It was something that came from very early age. So then, even when Alice and I watched some feature animation from Disney, for example, and when they had like that making of the behind scenes, I was always very interested to see how the animation was done. So the animation was always very present. Then, of course, I started to be I start to go more for the independent animation. I mean, being more artistic, using it being not with another different, or exploring different techniques, and in having more freedom to create. For me, that's the difference between the animation I do for the most, like being most mainstream animation, when we must do something, work with very big teams. Yeah.
So on Purpleboy, I know you wrote, I think directed. Did you handle all the animation? Did you do all the drawing yourself?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I was lucky to have very, not only talent, but I had very good help for many persons, not only for animation, but to do the cleanup, to do the color. We had some interns that worked in the film. So it was. But even not be doing just part of animation, it was pretty hard, because there was a lot of even that, for example, I was not need to do all the in between animation, but I did a lot of in between. I corrected a lot of things. Even for the cleanup, I cleaned a lot of things. I painted. So yeah, I did almost everything, but not during the whole process.
So when did this Purpleboy, when did it screen in film festivals?
The film was selected already for more than 140 festivals. The world premiere was on July 19. So 1 year and a half, let's say. And the film was screening in many interesting festivals, including NSC. It was nominated for the Annie Awards in LA, and it won the grand prize in Anima Brussels. The prize gave the eligibility. The film became qualified for the Oscar with this prize in Brussels. The film did quite very interesting festivals, and it's still doing.
So is it still doing, I know it started festivals in 2019, it's been doing festival runs. Is it officially released digitally or anywhere online for people to watch it yet?
Online, no, I mean, for some French countries, because the fact that we have a partner with the television channel. It's not possible the film to be available for everywhere. So that's the only. Let's see if it will be possible. Let's see in the next weeks how things will be, because it will be interesting to have this time to have the film available for everybody, since the film is qualified and it's running for the Oscar. Let's see how it's possible, because they are a bit the television channel, sometimes they want to keep the rights for the film.
Right. Yeah, but it's something that I think that a lot of people can relate to and really needs to be brought to as many viewers as possible. Like I said, it's so much story packed in, and even though it's technically a short animated film, there is a lot of story there, and a lot of story that I think a lot of people can relate to, not only, in the LGBT community, but also like just people who have always been told that they can't be what they are or what they, need to be. I was interested in knowing if there's a lot of different symbolism. I wanted to know about the sorry about my cat. I wanted to know about the wolves and why specifically the wolves were used as a representation for, it seems, men or authority figures.
Yeah, exactly. Well, since that was important to keep the main figure, so Oscar, as the only human in the film, and we can see in the end there is another character that became humanized, because they understand, they feel like him, so this character accept him like he is. So it's like a punchline. So the fact to use the wolves is because the wolves are, I don't know how to translate to English this kind of fellowship that the wolves has. The fact that I thought about many characters, and it's curious because I read a lot. When we say about the father and mother, that mother is always the mother hen.
Mm-hmm.
When it's that kind of the mother that's always taking care of the child. And even in France, it's the father wolf. It's the same, but for the father side. So since I remember to hear that, and the second reason is the one that I told you before, is the fact to have all these male figures, because we see that the figures, when we see in the woods, there are the child, the
multiple, I know what you're talking about, the multiple.
So it's the idea of the education, the patriarchal education, and you see the kid wolves. So I want to keep them all wolves to give this strength, this connection, this link between all them. So for me, it's important to keep them and to give, of course, giving all this character as wolf or giving this anthropomorphical elements to characters, it became even more like a fable, and the story. It's something that I do since long time in a few other short films I did. Student films, but it's something that I like to play, like these characters.
Literary Joe's Inner Child Podcast.